Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Okay, I'm making this video today. I was sleeping about 45 minutes ago, and someone sent me an email, or actually not an email, a text through Instagram. And I just want to say I appreciate when people contact me out the blue that I don't know, especially if they're in other states and they ask me questions. I have no problem at answering questions. This person just basically had two questions, and I thought to myself I could just text it out real quick, or I could do a YouTube video about it and basically maybe help some other people, especially if they have questions about a pop-up sale or sidewalk sales, swap meet selling, garage selling, whatever. So they had two questions, and I'm not gonna tell the person's name, but I'm gonna call them Mrs. C. So this one's for you, Mrs. C. I told you I would make this video for you, and I have it uploaded in the next couple hours. I did 8 questions. These are kind of standard questions that I thought possibly people might have a question to. Like, if you do a pop-up sale, this particular person said that they were watching some of my older videos and my newer videos, how I just pop up and have a sale. Now, I will say your miles may vary, you guys, because everybody, each state, each city, each neighborhood, each apartment building, housing community, everything's a little different. So I definitely, after I tell you something, I would go ahead and do a little bit more research, especially if you're living in a state, or what the law technically is. Okay, so the first question that Mrs. C had was, where she lives, there's not much traffic. How can she have a pop-up sale? Because she wants the traffic, and that's very important. Your traffic and location, location, location. I'm just saying, you could be in a spot and there's nobody living there, so there's no clientele. No one's gonna come to your sale because there's no traffic. So the first question, not much traffic in her area. Where should she go? Go where the traffic is. No, I'm just serious. What I did with my very first earlier pop-up sales, you guys, is I literally would sell at my apartment. Now, I'm not telling you to go sell at your apartment. This is something that I did. What I did is I asked my management before I even did it. I didn't just pop up. I said, hey, you know what? I'm thinking about having a community garage sale, which I later called them Aisha pop-up sales, Aisha the It Girl pop-up sales, because I would just be like, hey, you know what, I want to make some money this weekend. I got Friday and Saturday off. I want to make a quick 500. And I would just pop up wherever, my mind took me, where I knew it was busy. I also thought about like what time of the month it was. So where would be the best place to pop up? My apartment building at that time where I used to live was an amazing place to pop up. Just saying. So where do you go? You go where the traffic is. A few places, you could always go to a swap meet. So here in Vegas, if you're here in Vegas, we have the indoor swap meet, fantastic swap meet, and then we also have, Broad Acres, which is outside. And then there's a few smaller ones that I haven't visited yet, but you want the traffic. As for popping up on the middle of, not in the street, on the sidewalk, or having a garage sale. Now, I never had a house, so I couldn't have it in that vicinity. But on the sidewalk, I would definitely look up what the laws were. Quick story I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to be very bold with this story. I used to live on the east side. I would be so bold as, if you live on the east side, you know where Boulder Station was. So as I was having my sales, I live in a cul-de-sac. I was making good money. When I first started, maybe I was making like $200-300 a day, okay? For some people, that's a paycheck. So I was like, dang, how can I take it up another notch? I said, I need that traffic off of the main street, right? And I'm like, God, that's so bold of you, Aisha. Plus, it was Boulder Station Casino. So if you live in Vegas, you already know what I'm talking about. We're talking about a major casino, neighborhood casinos. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I need the traffic of that stoplight. So what I would do is literally grab 3 tables, put them in my trunk of my car. You guys, anybody that knows me to this day, I keep my tables because I just might have a pop-up sale. So I keep the tables in the back of my trunk, and I drove up to the sidewalk, and I was on the side. So if you know Boulder Station, you know there's a daycare area. I literally popped up my tables right there on the sidewalk of the casino. Now, I'm not telling anybody else to do this, but how many times did I do this? I did it multiple times. And was I ever fined? No. Did the police or security stop me? No. Did the police actually come to my cell? Absolutely. On 2 to 3 different occasions, the police actually drove by. One time I got a thumbs up. Just saying. See, now if you know the rules, and this goes for everything, business too, if you know the rules and the law, no one can stop you. So with that being said, I was not on the property of the casino. I was on the sidewalk, and if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this, you guys, because it's been years, at least 4 years, 5 years since I popped up on that sidewalk. The sidewalk is, I'm not gonna say public domain, but it's for the public. And long as you're not blocking traffic where people can still walk back and forth and use the sidewalk, you can also use the sidewalk and have a sidewalk sale. So I would actually have the security guards that were on the bikes drive past me, and I'm like, oh, am I doing something wrong? They said, nope, you're not on the property. And of course they had walkie-talkies. They probably already knew who I was. They say, oh, she's back again. But there was nothing that they could do because I was not blocking the sidewalk and I wasn't on the major casino's property. But what I was doing was using their clientele and the traffic, because literally where I set up, the stop light was probably about 100, 200 feet away. So literally when the stoplight was red, I would have a pile of cars. Is that hustler or what? A pile of, I would say 6 to 7, 8 cars, depending on what day it was, you know, if it was a heavy day for gambling. And they would just stop. And when they would stop at the stoplight, what would they do? They would look to the right and look at me and all my products sitting there like, well, damn. We just had a good day at the casino. I had one lady, and I'm veering off and then I'm gonna get back to the questions. She had a good day. It was early in the morning and I popped up. I said, oh, I'm just gonna pop up real quick, whatever. This lady literally bought me out. I didn't even finish setting up. I was popping up my tables and they must have hit a jackpot, and they were smart. They won the jackpot and they were leaving. And then she came and dropped, I would say maybe 100, maybe a couple, I can't remember, $100, $150 with me, and almost bought maybe half of my products. I would never bring all my stuff up there for the simple fact that, you know, I could get robbed or whatever. So I would just set up a little 2 or 3 tables, and she bought me out laundry detergent, the whole 9. I'm just saying. So that was me using my mind. Where's the traffic at? Now, some people will pop up in like empty lots and whatnot. That's a chance you have to take. I'm just saying, you can do what you want. People say you can't do that. Oh no, really? You can do whatever you want, but there might be consequences to it. You know, that's why I say find out what the law is, the ordinance. If you could do it, if you're at an apartment, ask your management before you do it. Let me move along quickly. Is it illegal to do a pop-up sale? So that segued into this question. Is it illegal? I would definitely look in your area. It depends where you're at. Are you trying to pop up in the middle of I hate to say this, Albertson's parking lot? Yeah, probably that would be illegal because you're on their property. You get what I'm saying? So if you're selling your type for $3 and it's $7 at Albertsons in the store, of course they're gonna say, someone's gonna say something. You're popping up on their physical property. Yes, that would, I would say, would be illegal. What I would do is find empty lots or sidewalks or where someone else is doing it, a community garage sale. Okay, so moving along, this is a big question number, let's see, 3. How often should you do a sale? As often as you want. I'm just saying, there was a point to where I do have a regular job. I would literally take maybe 1 to 2 days that I had off. Usually on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think are the best days, because people that work like maybe Monday through Friday, they'll have the weekend off, and then that'd be a great time. That's when a lot of people do antiquing and garage sales. So I would definitely say Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Here's another little tidbit. Work your sales within the times people get paid. So if the majority of people either get paid what? Once a week, twice a week, or once a month. So literally when the first came, and I'm just gonna be bold with you guys, when the first came, and especially if it fell on a Saturday and it was a beautiful, and the weather's like this, oh, I'm having a pop-up sale. People have money to burn. They have money, especially on the first. They've been waiting possibly all month to buy their products, whether it be food. I really don't do food, but like if they need soap for the house, laundry detergent, hairspray, whatever. These are essentials that everybody uses, and they wait for the first of the month to get their money and to spend it. So why go to the store, waste your gas, taxes, to pay taxes? You can come to my garage sale or my sidewalk sale and buy all the items. Now this was at my old apartment. It was just really convenient because we were a smaller community. I think there was only maybe 44 units, but I had over half of those units coming to me to buy their products. Some people didn't have cars, some people were riding the bus, some people had kids, they just had babies, so they weren't as mobile as they wanted to be. But they knew on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, or all 3 days, or all 2 days, that I would set up my shop, and they'd be like, God, I really needed baby lotion. They just had a baby, or they needed diapers. I can buy with Aisha. I don't have to go far, and I can handle my business. So how often to have a sale? Hey, have it as often as you want. I see some people, they set up shop in their homes, whatever. So you can be open 7 days a week. I'm not telling you that's what you should do, but how often? Have it as often as you want. But great days to have it are definitely Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You want to do it on people's paydays, which generally are Thursdays or Fridays, and definitely towards the first of the month. If the first of the month falls on a Friday or Saturday, even a Sunday, set up shop. That's money to be made. Someone's going to be spending money on the first. Why shouldn't they spend money with you? What products do you sell? So I sell everything. I have I don't live in a box. I take my blinders off. I'm always thinking about what's next, what's around the corner. And when I say that is I don't know what people want. I could literally, there would be times I would set up and do just a hygiene sale, something real simple, just shampoos, conditioners, something like that, just real simple for me, right? And keep the price across the board. Maybe everything's $2, just to keep it simple, simple math. And people are like, oh, do you have lotion? Do you have diapers? Do you have hairspray? Do you have laundry detergent? And I started getting, it started clicking in my head. Wow, okay, people are making lists. So I would literally take a piece of paper and jot down, or have them jot down what exactly they were looking for. So when I was out and about couponing or shopping or finding amazing deals that I knew I could turn around and resell, I would remember, okay, oh, such and such said she wanted Gain detergent, and she said she would buy in bulk. And when people tell me bulk, they would buy 20 of them, 30 of them, just so their household could be set. And I'm going to go back to something else, you guys. Best time to sell, tax time. Tax time is literally upon us, you guys. If you have product, this would be a great opportunity to be out there networking and letting people know that you have product. So when they get their tax refund, they can spend their money with you, because some people wait all year just to get a nice amount of money back, and if they're going to start blowing it or whatnot, they might as well blow it with you. I'm just saying, and have their household in order. So going back to what products to sell, take notes. Ask people, what are you looking for? You know, if they come to your sale and they don't buy anything, or they just buy a few things, they're like, what are you looking for? And take a mental note, or just write it down on a piece of paper. Hey, okay, that's what she's looking for, or he's looking for, or this family's looking for. Then I need to accommodate them. So the next question, what day should I do a pop-up sale? So I already actually answered that I kind of combined that in. What days? Perfect days. Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays. People's pay periods, pay days, which is usually once a week, twice a week, or the first of the month. And then, like I said, tax time's coming up. Oh, I remember one tax time when I first was getting started, I was pulling down like $600-700 in like one day. And it would be random. People would just knock on my door, then they would tell a friend of a friend. And I didn't used to like selling out of my house, just to people that I knew, not family members, but people in the neighborhood. I knew them specifically. They had babies, they needed diapers, whatever. And then they start telling their friends and their aunties and cousins. And then it was just so ridiculous. I would literally be eating dinner. I'll cook dinner. Me and my son are watching TV, get a knock on the door, and then someone will drop $80 with me. Now you have to think, $80. No, honey, that's like the fifth person or sixth person that came through, and then they said they're coming back with their other friends. So literally, at some points at my old apartment, I was making rent sometimes in one day, 2 days. It just depended what kind of day it was, especially around the first. I'm just saying. Who do I invite to my sale? Everybody. I used to be so strategic with my sales. I would make flyers. Now I'm going to actually do a playlist of all my sales and little tidbits that I have done throughout the years. Everybody, if you live in a neighborhood and you decide to do it in your neighborhood, and you ask your apartment manager and they say, yeah, that'd be a great way to bring the community together, everybody can meet each other, whatever the case may be. I'm just giving you an example, what I did. I made flyers, and like I said, it was a smaller apartment, so I only made 44 flyers, and I let everybody know, hey, this Saturday. And big shout out to my old neighbors, Richard and Juicy. We ran that apartment because what we would do is we would have a barbecue at the same time. So a lot of the people in the neighborhood had a lot of kids. Like, we didn't have a lot of kids, but they had a lot of kids. So we would literally throw a barbecue. We would have a party, a barbecue, and then I would pop up my sale. That's how hustler we were, and just combined everything, because the food brought the people, and then we would feed actually the kids in the neighborhood. Big shout out to Richard and Juicy. Those were like the best neighbors ever. But anyways, so I would put them in the door, the slots of people's doors, so they knew, okay, Saturday, dang, she's gonna be out there. And I would literally pop up, and my neighbors would come and shop. That's how I would pull my neighbors in. Then I started branching out to the neighborhoods, because where I lived in a cul-de-sac, and our apartment set right there in the cul-de-sac, and then all around us we had houses. So what I started doing is I started printing out. I got up to, I would say comfortably 200 flyers. I started off maybe 50, then I went to like 80 to 100, and then I got so far as 200, and I would go around the whole neighborhood, the housing. Then I would go a little further up. I would be so bold, as because I had baby items, I would go up to Boulder Station, that daycare, and let them know that I was doing a big sale, and they would literally come down and spend money with me because I had baby items. It's a daycare. I'm just saying, people would come and shop with me. So with that being said, I got so good with flyers, and I got to whereas it would be like a sheet. So you have a sheet, let's see, right? I said, how can I be more cost effective? I started cutting the sheets in half and doing half flyers, so I can have more flyers and spend less money. And definitely what I would do, I think I would go to, not home, what is it called? Home, whatever, one of those places where you can make copies, not the FedEx place, but I would get color sheets, which would cost me 3 cents, and then they would maybe cost like another 2 cents to print off or something like that. So literally I would spend less than $20, depending on, the highest I've ever spent was maybe $18. And then I started getting smarter, and I would cut the flyers in half. So I would pass them out to all the neighbors into the areas, and I would get my regulars that way. And when I mean regulars, I'm talking about my heavy hitters. They would come in and they would literally drop comfortably $100. So now, with that being said, imagine if you had 5 people come in and drop $100 within a couple hours. You just made $500, which is a paycheck. For me, like where I work at now, like paying dues, union dues and all that, my checks are between $500 and $600 comfortably a week. So with that being said, you mean I'm out here for an hour, I'm in the beautiful sun, the kids are playing, we're barbecuing in the back, Richard's playing music, Juicy's over there with the kids are playing, we're about to eat in a minute, and you mean I just made a paycheck in 2 hours? Wow, what happens if I stay out all day? Do you get what I'm saying? And if you look at some of my older videos, you'll see, because I do count the money at the end, which a lot of people ask me why I do that. I'm like, because a lot of people are visual. I can say all day, I just made $1,000 in one day doing a pop-up sale, selling stuffed animals or something. And you'll be like, yeah, right, Aisha. But if I show you the money, you're like, well, damn, if she can do it, I can do it. Okay. So moving on, the last question that I answered was, who do I invite to your sale? Everybody can come. Here, this leads into the next question. Some of your best clients, you guys, can be coworkers, friends, family. They could be some of your best clients. Do your aunties, your cousins, your brothers and sisters, don't they go every day to the grocery store or to Target or to Walmart to buy dishwashing soap, Tide Pods, whatever the case may be? So why shouldn't they spend it with you, your family? I'm just saying. That doesn't mean you have to give them the family discount. Just saying, unless you want to, that's up to you. But with that being said, let people know that are close to you, like, hey, you know what? This is what I'm doing, and if you need anything, just call me. Knock on my door, whatever. Those are going to be some of your best clients. Some of your best clients, you guys, friends, family, and coworkers. Definitely give them a call and let them know, hey, you know, I just did a deal and I just have a bunch of Tide. Do you need any laundry detergent? They'd be like, well, yeah, I do. How much are you selling it for? And of course, your price is going to be way cheaper than the store. You're right around the corner. Of course, they're going to want to spend money with you. So always think about your coworkers. Just saying. your coworkers, family members, and friends. Why not? Everybody likes a deal. I know I do. Here's a little tidbit, you guys. So when you do your pop-up sale, as I got bigger and made more money, this kind of segues also into, or leads into some of the other questions that I said in the beginning. Make a list. And what I mean, have a list. So when you do a pop-up sale, at your table, you should definitely have maybe a journal or some paper and a pen. That way you can get, people always ask me, will you be here tomorrow? And it's a pop-up sale. Maybe I feel like going spending some money, or going shopping, buying some shoes, going travel, go back home to San Diego. I don't know. I usually just pop up whenever I feel that I want some money. So with that being said, you make you leave it at the end of your table, and you be like, you know what? You make a clientele list. People start writing their names, numbers if they don't feel comfortable with their numbers, emails, and then you tell them, hey, what exactly are you looking for? Toothbrushes? Toothpaste? Okay, you're looking for kids' clothes. No problem. Yeah, I can maybe help you out with that. Kids' shoes. I do everything. So then they would write their name down on this particular list or this piece of paper, and I would take it with me. And so like I would take them in, I would go through it, but okay, this. And then when I'm out shopping, buying out store shelving or whatever the case may be, I'm like, oh, such and such, I remember Jan said she likes kids' clothes. Let me buy this lot of kids' clothes and see if she wants any of these kids' clothes. Just saying, that's how I would definitely get your clientele list, because people are like, you have clientele? Oh yes, I have clientele. I have clientele, and I have clientele to where I got so bold as if I want to purge something, I'll literally go through my list on my phone and be like if I have like 50 Tide Pods and I'm tired of looking at them, I have, big shout out to her, I have about 2 of them actually that I can call and I don't have to say much. You know what I do? I take a picture or do a small snippet video of the 30, 50 Tides and be like, $3 right now, $3 each. And then that person will call me back within 30 minutes and be like, when can we meet up? That's how I do my stuff. And your phone is your best friend, you guys. I'm taping this video right now on my cell phone. Your cell phone is your heartbeat. Take pictures, visual. People, I can't beat that into people enough. Visual. People love, that's why back in the day when I used to have my sales, before I would have my sales, I would do a little snippet video and walk through literally of everything that I had in the sale, so people can get a visual, be like, oh, I don't even know if it's worth it. Should I even go? And then they watch the video for about 2 or 3 minutes. They're like, oh God, oh, she got Tide Pods, she got deodorant, she has this, she has kids clothes. Are those toys in the back? Then they'll be like, yeah, let's just go ahead, so people are aware of what you have at your sale before they even come to the sale. Instead of sitting there and saying, yes, I have that, yes, I'm looking at that. No, they just saw the video, they saw the size, they saw the colors, and they can make that choice if they want to come down. Yeah, that's all the questions. It's so far 22-minute video. I'm going to stop it at 25. A little lengthy, you guys, but 8 questions that you might have about a pop-up sale. This video I'm doing is for Mrs. C. I'll just call her that because she had 2 questions, but I decided to expand it to 8 questions. The last thing I want to say, you guys, don't let anybody tell you you can't. And with that, the reason why I say that is when I started doing pop-up sales, I used to have not people that would laugh at me, but I had someone that they didn't really come for me, but they thought it was kind of funny or beneath, to have a pop-up sale. And I really started thinking about it because like I said, I have a job. I was already making money at my job. I get paid once a week and I get paid okay, but I always want more. I never like to get paid by the hour. I like to get paid by the value I bring to the hour. Let me repeat that one more time, you guys, in case you missed that. I don't like to get paid by the hour because no matter if the person to the left of me or right of me is doing a worse job than me and I'm giving 120% and they're giving 50% and 20% and they're not doing their job, or they're whiny, they're complaining, whatever, we're all still getting paid the same. I want to get paid by the value I bring to the hour. Do you get what I'm saying? So if I'm giving you 110%, I want you to pay me 110%. With that being said, this particular person would not necessarily make fun of me, but they said, wow, I would never take little shots at me. I'll just say it like this. And I kind of thought to myself, I'm like, wow, am I doing something wrong? Or, am I not making enough money? Maybe I'm not making as much money as them. And then I started thinking about, like, first of all, I have a job, okay? So I'm already making money at my job. And then I'm like, this is just extra on top of extra. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. Once I started making like $500 a day, $300 a day, $400 for some, that's somebody's paycheck. People that are getting paid minimum wage, I probably just made 2 paychecks from someone that's working at fast food by standing outside, enjoying myself. My barbecue, we're barbecuing. My food's about to be done in a moment. The kids are having a good time. At the time my son was smaller, a little bit smaller, the kids are outside playing, rumping around. So I'm out in the sun, enjoying myself, having a good time, making money. I wish every job was like that. You get what I'm saying? So as this person started taking little private shots at me, I really started thinking about it. I'm like, wait a minute. I just made my paycheck, plus I have my paycheck from work. And then as the weeks and the months, as I got better and my clientele list got bigger, I started making even more money. And I'm like, wait a minute. You can't worry about what other people are doing. Okay? I always say, if I see somebody doing something and I can't do it to their level. So like I have mentors, right? And they can sit there and drop $2,000-$3,000 in one store, right, to turn around and sell on different platforms. Now, maybe I can't do that for that day. Maybe I can only spend $500. Tweet, I always say tweet in my videos, tweak the deal to the best fits you. You get what I'm saying? Don't look at someone else and be like, oh my God, I can't spend $100. I don't have $100. Then start with $20. Flip it. It's a game. We're hustling, right? Flip it. You don't have to start with $500, $1,000. You don't have to buy 100 tides at once just because, for example, if I'm buying 100 tides, that's just what I'm doing. Maybe I already have somebody set up to buy those 100 tides. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I bought 100 tides. I know that in 3 hours they're going to come pick it up, and I've already doubled my money or tripled my money or whatever the case may be. So with that being said, don't let anybody discourage you or put you down if you have a hustle. Now that's just something I do. Couponing. I do a lot of things. I just don't mention it all on social media. I think as 2018 progresses, you'll see me a lot more on different platforms. So just stay tuned for that. That's all I'll say about that. But if you coupon and you decide to resell, or you go to garage sales and you decide to resell, I don't care if you're doing pop-up sales, sidewalk sales, swap meets, Amazon, eBay, Craigslist, whatever, don't be afraid to try or be ashamed that, oh, well, I only made $100 and I should make $300. Don't compare yourself to other people. Just get out there and do it. I'm just saying, just do it. So don't be afraid. People say, well, you can't do that. No, you can do, like I said earlier, you can do whatever you want. If you try to push the envelope a little bit, there might be consequences for that. But definitely try. I always like to say, and I'll leave you guys with this. If I can do it, you can do it. And once again, if I can do it, you can do it. So Mrs. C, this video's for you. It's a 27-minute video. I hope this brought some value to somebody. Definitely, you guys, if you have any questions, leave it in the comment down below. Feel free to share this video, like it, give me a thumbs up. Please, if you haven't already subscribed, subscribe. I'm going to try to bring more content, not just me shopping, showing deals, but different ways to make money, you guys. Even when I'm sleeping, I'm making money. I love checking my accounts, and that's what it's all about. I want to pop up and be like, oh, I got an email. Okay, check this account, check that. I have different accounts. I'm just saying. Plus, I have a job. Just saying. So with that being said, you guys, if I can do it, you can do it. Mrs. C, I hope this answered some of your questions. If you have any more, definitely, if you want to, you can still DM me, private message me if you want, or leave a question down below. Okay, you guys? And definitely, you guys, if you haven't turned on the notification button wherever it's at, hit the notification button so that way when I do drop a video, especially if I do like what is it, like if there's like a run deal, or like there's a store in Vegas that's like going out of business and the manager tells me I need all this stuff gone. I do that all the time. I'm like, you guys check this out, I'm at such and such store. The manager just said that they want all this product gone. They're selling it for a quarter. I like to pass on the savings. If I'm making money, I want other people to make money. So definitely turn on the notification button. That way, if I drop like a really hot video, you guys can see it first and run out and do the deal if you want. All right, you guys, definitely a 30-minute video. I hope everybody's having an amazing day. Remember, it's your day. You control it. Have a great day. All right, you guys. Bye.